allowing me to speak today. And a little bit about me. I'm a practicing chartered accountant from Indore, and I'll be speaking today on AI and drafting, particularly about drafting income tax notice replies using ChatGPT. Now, before we go deeper into the AI portion, let's just have a look at the challenges which we might face while drafting a notice reply manually, specifically if it's a complex one. I hope the screen is visible also. So the first challenge is that a manual drafting of the notice is very much time consuming. There might be some clients who may just come to you at the very last minute, who may just require you to draft a notice at whatever information, with whatever information you have on them, whatever the information they can provide in that little time. And it may lead to certain delay in submissions and even compromised deadlines. Now, as because of the human error, formatting errors will also occur. And this can lead to inconsistencies and also potential misunderstandings or misinterpretations of some of the sentences which the department might take it otherwise. And such inaccuracies can definitely result in your legal implications. And this is something which your client may not have wanted in the first place. So let's talk about how AI can overcome all these challenges and how it can simplify the work of you as a professional. First of all, it can save your time, as drafting a reply through ChatGPT is as simple as uploading the reply and getting a response. Here you can, that's why you can just focus on the structure, on the meaning of the content, or the flow of the content rather than focusing on the structure of the content. You can see if the AI has generated the information as you requested it, as it is applicable to the client, rather than focusing on whether the statements of facts is there or whether the grounds of appeal are there or other things are there or not. Also, since AI is updated with the latest browsing techniques, rules, regulations, income tax guidelines, and all those things are just within the barriers of AI. So it helps us to make more accurate representation, accurate replies of the notice, and enhances the quality of our work as a professional. Then it enhances the productivity as well. See, if you were to make a notice reply, which was some sort of a complex scenario, manually making it might have taken an hour and a half. But using AI, you can reduce that time to as little as 15 to 20 minutes by allowing it to generate the reply, reviewing that particular reply, making the necessary changes and customizations, and then uploading it to your income tax portal. So this was the process which I just mentioned, that it's as simple as inputting the notice details or attaching the notice PDF or the Word document, whatever format it is, into the ChatGPT interface and writing a prompt for the AI to generate a response. And then reviewing that particular response, making corrections, customizations, adding or deleting certain things to ensure accuracy and relevance, and then finally uploading it. So let's have a demonstration with this use case example. The case scenario is that your client ABC Limited has received a notice from the department and you need to prepare a reply for the same. For the sake of this presentation, I've created a sample notice, which I'll share very quickly to you. Just a moment.
Vishnu, please help.
Yes.
Okay. I hope the screen is visible.
Yes.
Yeah. So I've prepared this sample notice just for the sake of this presentation, and I'll just quickly go through the summary of this notice. There is a company called Trouble Limited, and your assessee, your client is ABC Limited. What has happened is that Trouble Limited had a search being conducted on its premises, and there were some documents or transactions which implicate your client ABC Limited with regards to some sort of an income escaping assessment or some sort of an illegitimate transaction. And ABC Limited has been ordered by the department to furnish a written within 90 days to prove that those transactions are from legitimate sources and that it's not an income escaping assessment, and no income escaping assessment should be conducted against your client. So all we need to do in this case is copy this entire notice, either the content of the notice or just upload the entire notice to the ChatGPT interface and design the prompt here. Now, for the sake of limited time, I've already designed the prompt, and I'll just add the same from this presentation itself. Uh, Sorry, I think the screen share has turned off. Yeah. So for the sake of time, I have just designed this prompt, and you can see that first thing which we need to understand is while giving a prompt to the AI, we need to be as specific and as express as we can be. Here in this prompt, I have written the first of all, the very first thing which you need to do is introduce yourself. What capacity are you writing this? Are you the person who's in-house legal counsel of the company, or are you an authorized representative, or are you an external reviewer? Whatever the case is, depending on what the case is. So here I've written that I'm an authorized representative of ABC Limited, and I want to draft a professional reply to the income tax authority, referring the DIN number and the notice number in the reply. And I want the format to be such that the first should be the facts of the case, then the specific points which I need to put in that particular reply, which are that the transactions with Trouble Limited are from legitimate sources, they are well documented in the purchase register of our client, and the client's books of accounts have also been audited. The products purchased have been used in furtherance of the business and therefore have been incorporated in the income tax return filed as well. However, the client, which is ABC Limited, shall also file the income tax return, which was mentioned in the notice within the time limit as prescribed. And we'll just click enter. So the GPT will start working and start generating the response now. Now, here you can see that it's generating a very specific formatted response. If there happens a scenario that your office has a specific drafting format, or your office has a specific format for such responses or replies of notices, you can simply attach that format as well, allowing the GPT to understand it, making it as a reference, and then drafting the reply accordingly. So here I have not attached anything like that, but as you can see, it's already doing a great work. It's starting with the response to notice under section 138, mentioning the DIN notice number, using the words like learned assessing officer, putting the facts of the case, including the amount involved, the transactions, whether they are legitimate, that we are attaching the copy of the ledger, and that we have used this particular transactions, the purchases which we have done for the furtherance of the business, and therefore we have properly documented the entire trail, and that we'll also file the income tax return in the given amount of time as required by the department. Towards the end of the notice, as I have mentioned in the prompt here also, that we want to plead that this particular notice is should be concluded from the department's end because the transactions are legitimate. So it will do the same using a concluding plead here that upon
Last 2 minutes remaining.
fact, the substantiated record, it is most respectfully submitted that it's not tenable as per the Act, and therefore the proceedings should be concluded. Now, this entire data you can copy and paste it to your own Word document or your own drafted presentation format, or you can just select excerpts from this particular extract and use it as per your convenience. So this was essentially the demonstration of the GPT. Now I'm going to just conclude with my presentation, and just a moment, let me just get to the presentation. Yeah. So now I'll just conclude with the presentation by simply saying that AI has enhanced efficiency and has transformed the way how professionals can approach for document drafting. And it's just not limited to notice writing or preparing proposals for the engagement, but also related to integrating your AI and analyzing the documents which you have received. It can be as many as an annual report of a company. You can just put it in there and perform your data analysis on it. So with the help of, as Daya sir also mentioned earlier, that with the help of our professional expertise and using the AI along with our knowledge itself creates a valuable synergy and it results in optimum outcomes. So this was my time. So thank you very much for being a patient listener, and I hope you have a great day.